Greta Thunberg is a Swedish environmental activist who rose to international prominence through her passionate advocacy for action against climate change. She was born on January 3, 2003, in Stockholm, Sweden, to opera singer Malena Ernman and actor Greta Thunberg. Her family has a history of activism, with her mother being a prominent anti-nuclear campaigner, and her father being an advocate for sustainable development. Thunberg's interest in the environment started at an early age, when she was just 8 years old. She learned about climate change in school, and became concerned about the impact of global warming on the planet. She was deeply affected by the fact that world leaders were not taking action to address the issue, and this led her to take matters into her own hands. In August 2018, at the age of 15, Thunberg decided to skip school and protest outside the Swedish parliament in Stockholm, holding a sign that read "Skolstrejk för klimatet," school strike for the climate. She pledged to continue striking every Friday until Sweden met the Paris Agreement's goals of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Thunberg's protests inspired other young people to take similar action in their own countries. Her Fridays for Future movement quickly spread, with students from around the world joining her in protesting for action against climate change. Her message and her activism garnered attention from the media, and she became a household name almost overnight. Thunberg has since become a leading voice in the fight against climate change. She has spoken at numerous high-profile events, including the United Nations Climate Action Summit, the World Economic Forum, and the European Parliament. Her speeches and statements are often blunt and to the point, calling out world leaders and business executives for their inaction on climate change. In 2019, Thunberg was named Time magazine's Person of the Year, making her the youngest person ever to receive the honor. She has also been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize multiple times. Thunberg's activism has not been without criticism. Some have accused her of being too young and inexperienced to understand the complexities of the issue. Others have criticized her for being too radical, or for having a hidden agenda. However, she has continued to push forward, undeterred by the criticism. Thunberg has also faced personal challenges as a result of her activism. She has been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, OCD, and selective mutism, which makes public speaking difficult for her. However, she has used her platform to raise awareness about the importance of addressing mental health issues, particularly among young people. Despite the challenges she has faced, Thunberg has remained committed to her cause. She has continued to inspire and mobilize young people around the world, and her activism has helped to put the issue of climate change at the forefront of public consciousness. In summary, Greta Thunberg is a young Swedish environmental activist who has become an influential voice in the fight against climate change. Her passionate advocacy and leadership have inspired young people around the world to take action and demand change from world leaders. Although she has faced criticism and personal challenges, Thunberg has remained steadfast in her commitment to her cause, and her activism has helped to raise awareness about the urgent need for action on climate change. After her school strike, Thunberg continued to advocate for climate action through public speaking engagements, interviews with the media, and social media activism. In November 2018, she spoke at the UN Climate Change Conference in Katowice, Poland, and in January 2019, she addressed the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Thunberg's activism has received both praise and criticism. She has been recognized for her dedication to climate activism and has received numerous awards, including the 2019 Right Livelihood Award, also known as the Alternative Nobel Prize, and Time magazine's 2019 Person of the Year. At the same time, she has been criticized by some for her youth and lack of experience, as well as for her provocative rhetoric, which has included calling out world leaders for their lack of action on climate change. Thunberg continues to be an outspoken advocate for climate action, and has inspired a global movement of young people who are demanding that world leaders take more decisive action to combat climate change. She has helped to shine a spotlight on the urgency of the climate crisis, and has challenged people around the world to take action to protect the planet for future generations.